It shines every morning, before the sun has even risen. Before the birds remember to sing, it is already there. Hanging in the pre-dawn sky, brighter than anything, steadier than a star. Ancient civilizations saw it and fell to their knees. They called it Hesperus, Phosphorus, the morning star, the evening star. They wrote it into their myths, their calendars, their prayers. They had no idea they were worshipping the closest thing to hell that exists in our solar system. Venus is not a sanctuary, it is a mirror, a cracked, burning mirror showing us exactly what Earth could become. When you are about to hear should terrify you. On paper, Venus is Earth's twin. Same size, same mass, same distance from the same star, same rocky composition, the same basic recipe assembled from the same cosmic ingredients at the same time. In the same corner of the same solar system, there is a version of history where Venus had oceans, where liquid water pooled in its valleys, where an atmosphere breathed gently over a living surface, where, billions of years ago, something may have looked up at the sky and wondered, that world is gone. Whatever tipped the balance, a gradual shift in solar brightness, a surge of volcanic activity, a single degree to many, we do not know. But something tipped it, and Venus fell. Not slowly, not gradually. It collapsed into hell, and it has never recovered. Today, the surface of Venus sits at 465 degrees Celsius, not 200, not 300, 465 degrees. Every hour, every day, on the sunlit side, on the dark side, at the poles, at the equator. The heat is the same everywhere, always, without mercy. That is hot enough to melt lead, hot enough to melt zinc, hot enough to reduce most metals you have ever touched to liquid, puddles on the ground. And it has been this way for hundreds of millions of years. But the heat will not kill you first, before the heat even reaches you, before the air even begins to cook your cells. Something else will happen. You will be crushed. The atmospheric pressure on Venus is 92 times greater than on Earth. 92 bar. That is the pressure you would experience if you descended 900 meters beneath the surface of our oceans. Nearly a full kilometer of seawater pressing inward from every direction, simultaneously. Without pause, no spacesuit survives that. No current technology protects a human body at 92 bars. The Soviet Union understood this. They sent the Venera probes, the most heavily armored spacecraft ever built for planetary exploration. They were not satellites. They were not rovers. They were steel submarines, dropped into an alien sky, built to resist the full weight of a planet's atmosphere. The best of them lasted 127 minutes. 127 minutes. Then Venus won. The data stopped. The signal went silent. And the most advanced machines humanity had ever hurled into that golden atmosphere were quietly compressed into wreckage on a surface no probe has ever photographed in full. The pressure does not care what you built. It does not care how much you spent. It simply closes in, and it does not stop above the crushing surface. Venus has an atmosphere. It stretches upward for nearly 250 kilometers. A towering, swirling, unbroken ceiling of cloud that has never parted, never cleared, never let a single ray of direct sunlight reach the ground below. Those clouds are made of sulphuric acid, not traces of it, not a chemical hint. Dense, concentrated droplets of corrosive acid, the same acid used in industrial manufacturing on Earth, suspended in massive banks, from 45 to 70 kilometers up. And inside those clouds, the wind moves at 350 kilometers per hour, faster than the strongest hurricane ever recorded in human history. Permanent, eternal, going nowhere. It rains on Venus. Acid falls from those clouds in streams, in rivers, in walls of chemical destruction. And then, at lower altitudes, where the heat becomes unbearable, it evaporates. Before it ever touches the ground, the rain vanishes. It rises back up, becomes cloud again, falls again. An endless cycle of acid rainfall that the surface has never once felt. The sky is both the storm and the shelter. There is no way through it, and the wind, 350 kilometers per hour at cloud height, never stops. Not at night, not at the poles, not for a single second in recorded observation. The atmosphere of Venus rotates faster than the planet itself, driven by a mechanism scientists still do not fully understand. The clouds race around Venus in just 4 Earth days. The planet takes 2 for 3 Earth days to rotate once. The sky is moving 60 times faster than the ground. Beneath it, now let us talk about the mechanism. How does a planet reach this state? How does a world that once had water become a pressure cooker of acid and fire? How does beauty become this? 3 words. Runaway greenhouse effect. Carbon dioxide entered the atmosphere through volcanoes, through geological release, possibly through a slow warming driven by the sun's increasing brightness over billions of years. And CO2 does something specific. It traps heat. It catches the sun's energy and refuses to let it go. On Earth, we balance this. Carbon gets absorbed by oceans, by plants, by rock. The system breathes. Venus stopped breathing once the CO2 rose past a certain threshold. The oceans began to evaporate. Water vapor entered the atmosphere, and water vapor is itself a greenhouse gas, accelerating the warming further, which evaporated more ocean, which released more CO2 from the rocks, which heated more water, VAPO. It fed itself. It is still feeding today. 96.5% of Venus's atmosphere is carbon dioxide. The planet is wrapped in a blanket so thick, so suffocating, that almost no heat can escape into space. What arrives from the sun stays forever. And the surface temperature is the proof, not just hot, but uniformly, inescapably, permanently hot. A thermostat with no off switch. This is what a greenhouse effect looks like when nothing stops it. This is the end of the road, and Venus does one more thing. One final strangeness. As if everything else were not enough, it spins backwards. Every planet in our solar system rotates counterclockwise when viewed from above the North Pole of the solar system. Every planet except Venus. Something in the ancient past, a catastrophic collision, a gravitational interaction so violent it rewrote the planet's rotation, flipped it. Venus now turns clockwise, slowly, silently, wrong, and not just wrong, impossibly slow. One full rotation on its axis takes 243 Earth days, longer than its own year, which completes in 225 days. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. If you stood on its surface somehow and waited for the sun to rise, you would wait for Earth months. And when it finally appeared, it would rise in the west, because everything is backwards. There is no morning on Venus. Not really. There is only the slow, grinding passage of a sky that never changes, above a surface that has forgotten what hope looks like. we call Venus our twin. Scientists say that with genuine scientific intent, same size, same composition, same cosmic origin, the word twin is accurate, but twins can diverge, and Venus is the divergence.